The New England Patriots are stirring up the AFC East headlines once again. And it is not just talk. It feels like the front office is finally making moves that could reshape the roster in a meaningful way. At the center of the conversation right now is the potential addition of Trey Hendrickson, the Bengals' defensive end who led the league in sacks just last season. The buzz surrounding Hendrickson has been growing steadily over the past weeks, and it's clear the Patriots are seriously exploring ways to bring him to Foxborough. What makes this situation particularly interesting is not only Hendrickson's elite pass-rushing ability, but also the context behind his potential availability. After dominating opposing quarterbacks last season, he has yet to secure the long-term deal he's been seeking, and the Bengals seem increasingly willing to entertain trade offers rather than let contract negotiations drag on. For the Patriots, this represents a rare opportunity to target a true difference maker without entering the chaos of free agency, where prices can skyrocket. The team has roughly $60 million in cap space, enough to structure a deal that could include Hendrickson while still maintaining flexibility for future extensions and other roster needs. Of course, the question that naturally arises is whether the front office is willing to part with draft capital to make it happen. In today's NFL, giving up high picks is never easy, especially for a team like New England, which has relied on building through the draft to maintain long-term competitiveness. Yet, the fact that the Patriots have already made the call to the Bengals suggests a shift in approach, a willingness to take bold steps to accelerate the team's rise back into playoff contention. Looking at the broader picture, this is more than just about adding a single star player. It signals an organizational mindset that is focused on competing at the highest level in the AFC East, particularly against a Buffalo Bills team that has consistently set the standard in the division. If Hendrickson were to join the roster, it would instantly upgrade the pass rush, giving defensive coordinator Matt Patricia, or whoever is calling the defensive plays this season, a disruptive force on the edge capable of changing the dynamic of games week after week. Beyond the individual statistics, the presence of a player like Hendrickson could shift offensive schemes across the division, forcing quarterbacks and coordinators to account for a threat that demands attention on every snap. Of course, the logistics of any potential trade remain complex. Discussions about packages involving a combination of draft picks, roster players, and financial commitments are ongoing, and there is no guarantee an agreement will be reached. But the willingness to engage in those conversations alone is notable for a team that spent much of the offseason quietly evaluating options rather than actively pursuing marquee names. This willingness to make calculated risks, to weigh immediate roster impact against long-term strategy, is what separates teams that merely talk about contending from those that actually take steps toward it. The Patriots appear ready to position themselves as contenders once again, signaling to the league and their fan base alike that they are serious about reclaiming prominence. Meanwhile, on the offensive side of the ball, attention has been drawn to the development of rookie Will Campbell on the offensive line. The transition from college to the NFL is never simple, especially when placed in the crucible of protecting a starting quarterback like Drake May. Early scrutiny has been intense, with critics questioning whether Campbell could adjust to the speed and physicality of the professional game. But through 2 weeks of preseason action, he has demonstrated a capacity for growth and resilience. In fact, his performance has drawn comparisons to other highly rated rookies across the league, highlighting his ability to contribute in both pass protection and run blocking. For a team like New England, which has historically leaned on a strong offensive line as the foundation for both quarterback development and rushing attack, Campbell's progression cannot be overstated. Adding another layer of intrigue is the rookie running back Efton Chisholm, whose explosive plays in the preseason have caught the attention of coaches and analysts alike. Chisholm's combination of speed, vision, and power has made him a potential breakout star. But like any young player, he is being managed carefully to prevent injury while maximizing his long-term potential. After a particularly impressive touchdown run where he evaded multiple defenders, Chisholm experienced some soreness, prompting the team to limit his practice repetitions. This cautious approach reflects the organization's philosophy of balancing immediate impact with sustainable development, ensuring that promising talent like Chisholm is not compromised early in their career. The way the Patriots are handling both their veteran targets and emerging talent suggests a dual strategy. Strengthen the roster immediately while nurturing the young core that will define the team's future. This balancing act is delicate, requiring precise evaluation of both player performance and potential. The coaching staff, led by Mike Vrabel and supported by a network of position coaches with experience at the highest levels, has shown a keen ability to develop talent while also remaining flexible enough to incorporate high-impact acquisitions. It is this combination of patience and ambition that sets the Patriots apart, allowing them to approach the trade market strategically rather than reactively. In the defensive front, the addition of a player like Hendrickson could dramatically alter the team's pass rush capabilities. Opposing quarterbacks would be forced to adjust their timing and decision-making, and offensive coordinators would need to rethink protection schemes on every snap. Beyond the immediate pressure Hendrickson can generate, his presence could elevate the play of surrounding defenders, creating opportunities for sacks and turnovers that shift momentum in critical moments. This type of ripple effect is why elite edge rushers are so highly valued. They change not just the stats column, but the way games are played, often forcing the opposition into mistakes that can be exploited repeatedly over a season. The offensive line improvements, coupled with the development of skill position rookies, suggest a team that is not content to merely participate, but is positioning itself to compete for a playoff spot, and perhaps even more. The blend of youth and experience, the willingness to pursue top talent aggressively, and the careful management of emerging stars all point to a holistic approach to team building. This is not about chasing headlines or making flashy moves. It is about crafting a roster capable of sustained success, with the Patriots clearly signaling that they are in it to win it in 2025. While the decisions ahead are challenging, from how much draft capital to commit to potential trades, to managing salary cap implications, to ensuring rookies are given the right developmental opportunities, the trajectory feels purposeful. Each step is being calculated to maximize both short-term competitiveness and long-term viability. Fans watching these moves unfold are witnessing a franchise that has historically been defined by strategic thinking, now applying those principles with urgency and focus. The combination of aggressive acquisition strategy and measured player development could very well define this team's identity moving forward, potentially elevating the Patriots from a team in transition to one that is a legitimate contender in the AFC. And as the preseason continues, the focus on player performance remains critical. Every snap, every practice, and every evaluation contributes to decisions that will shape the opening roster. From rookies like Will Campbell and Efton Chisholm to veterans who may be acquired through trade, the Patriots are balancing talent, potential, and team chemistry in real time. These are not easy calculations. They require a deep understanding of player capability, scheme fit, and future projections. But the commitment to making informed, bold choices is what separates teams that merely hope to contend from those that actively build for success. As the Patriots continue their evaluations, the focus has begun to shift toward strategic decisions that could define the franchise for years to come. The trade market, in particular, is becoming a crucible for the team's ambitions, forcing the front office to weigh risk and reward in ways that go beyond individual player performance. One of the key considerations involves balancing immediate roster upgrades with the preservation of draft capital, an asset that has historically been the lifeblood of New England's sustained competitiveness. With the possibility of acquiring Trey Hendrickson still looming, the question becomes whether the Patriots are prepared to sacrifice high draft picks for a proven edge rusher, or if they will adopt a hybrid approach that integrates younger, developing talent alongside selective veteran acquisitions. The complexity of this balancing act cannot be overstated. NFL teams operate under the constant pressure of both performance expectations and financial limitations. The Patriots front office has always been meticulous in managing the salary cap, but the current climate adds a new layer of intensity. Players like Hendrickson come with not only a significant cap hit, but also the expectation of leadership and immediate impact. Meanwhile, draft picks represent the future potential of the team, Yet there is no guarantee that rookies will reach their projected ceilings. The organization must navigate these competing priorities carefully, ensuring that any transaction enhances the team's competitiveness without jeopardizing its long-term stability. Offensively, the spotlight continues to shine on the development of rookies, a factor that could ultimately determine the team's ability to sustain success. While Campbell's performance on the offensive line has been encouraging, demonstrating not just physical capability, but an intelligence and adaptability that bodes well for the future. The transition from college to the NFL often exposes weaknesses that were previously hidden, yet Campbell has shown a capacity for learning in real time, adjusting to blitzes, stunts, and complex defensive schemes. Coaches have highlighted his discipline and footwork, emphasizing that while raw strength is important, understanding leverage and timing is equally crucial for linemen to dominate at the professional level. In tandem with Campbell's growth, Efton Chisholm continues to emerge as a dynamic weapon in the backfield. His preseason performances have showcased not only speed, but also vision and instinct, allowing him to exploit small gaps and turn them into explosive plays. The Patriots' offensive philosophy under Mike Vrabel, however, demands versatility, and Chisholm is being groomed to contribute in multiple roles. Beyond traditional rushing attempts, he is being trained to operate as a pass-catching threat out of the backfield, further expanding the playbook and keeping opposing defenses on edge. This multifaceted approach to player development reflects a broader organizational strategy, cultivating talent capable of contributing in diverse ways while also preparing them to step into leadership roles over time. Defensively, the potential acquisition of Hendrickson could trigger a cascade of positional adjustments and scheme modifications. Elite edge rushers not only generate sacks, but also create opportunities for teammates by forcing quarterbacks into hurried throws or altering offensive protection schemes. The Patriots' defensive coaches are evaluating how Hendrickson's skill set would integrate with the existing roster, considering everything from gap assignments to rotation patterns and situational deployment. The objective is to maximize the collective impact of the defense, ensuring that every player benefits from the presence of an elite talent who commands attention from the opposition. Beyond the immediate tactical implications, there's also the question of leadership and locker room dynamics. New England has long prioritized character and professionalism in its acquisitions, recognizing that on-field talent alone does not guarantee success. Players like Hendrickson, if acquired, would be expected to contribute not just through performance, but by reinforcing a culture of accountability, work ethic, and focus. Similarly, young players such as Campbell and Chisholm are being mentored not only in technical skills, but also in understanding what it means to be part of a championship-caliber environment. The combination of veteran leadership and rising talent is intended to create a synergistic effect, fostering a team that is resilient, cohesive, and capable of executing under pressure. The broader implications of these moves extend into the draft and future roster planning. Each potential trade or acquisition impacts the team's strategy in selecting and developing talent. If the Patriots trade for Hendrickson or other high-profile players, it could shift the focus in the draft toward complementary pieces rather than top-tier stars, emphasizing depth and positional versatility. Conversely, if the team chooses to retain draft capital, it may rely more heavily on scouting and player development, seeking hidden gems who can be molded into long-term contributors. These strategic decisions are intertwined with cap management, roster flexibility, and a long-term vision of sustained competitiveness, highlighting the complexity of modern NFL team building. Meanwhile, the Patriots are also closely monitoring player health and durability, understanding that injuries can derail even the most meticulously constructed plans. Preseason evaluations have been particularly focused on limiting risk while still providing opportunities for players to demonstrate their abilities. Rookies like Chisholm are being carefully managed, with repetitions calibrated to ensure development without overexertion. Veteran players brought in through trades or free agency are similarly monitored, with training and conditioning tailored to both their immediate impact and long-term availability. This attention to detail reflects an organizational philosophy that values preparation, science-driven conditioning, and proactive management as much as raw talent. The evolving roster picture has also sparked conversations about scheme flexibility. Offensive and defensive coordinators are exploring ways to maximize the strengths of emerging talent while incorporating potential acquisitions. On offense, integrating Chisholm as a dual-threat back allows for creative personnel groupings, enabling mismatches against defensive units. On defense, the addition of an edge rusher like Hendrickson could prompt the use of more aggressive fronts and varied blitz packages, designed to disrupt quarterback timing and generate turnovers. These strategic adjustments are ongoing, with coaches conducting detailed film analysis, situational simulations, and matchup studies to ensure every decision is backed by data and practical insight. Fan engagement and media coverage have intensified as well, reflecting the excitement surrounding potential acquisitions and rookie development. Analysts and commentators are dissecting each preseason snap, evaluating how Campbell's pass protection holds up against speed rushers, how Chisholm identifies running lanes, and how the defense responds to pressure situations. Social media platforms have amplified these discussions, with highlights, analytics, and expert opinions circulating in real time. For the Patriots, this attention adds both pressure and opportunity, as public scrutiny intersects with the team's internal evaluation processes. Maintaining focus, clear communication, and disciplined preparation is critical to translating preseason promise into regular season success. As the timeline toward the regular season narrows, decisions regarding trades, draft picks, and roster composition will reach a critical juncture. The Patriots must balance ambition with pragmatism, leveraging cap space and draft capital to position themselves as contenders while protecting the team's future. Every potential move, from acquiring elite pass rushers to nurturing rookie skill positions, must be assessed not just for immediate impact, but for its ripple effects across the roster, scheme, and culture. This holistic approach underscores why New England has historically remained competitive, consistently navigating the complexities of the modern NFL with strategic foresight and disciplined execution. Ultimately, the Patriots' approach to this pivotal offseason reflects a careful synthesis of opportunity, talent evaluation, and long-term vision. The combination of potential trades, developmental milestones, and strategic roster management suggests a team not content with incremental improvements, but focused on creating a sustainable competitive advantage. By integrating emerging talent with proven veterans, managing the salary cap with precision, and applying data-driven insights to scheme and player deployment, the Patriots are striving to assemble a roster capable of contending not just this season, but for years to come. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Hub and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our New England Patriots. And don't be shy. Share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Baker Mayfield, the enigmatic quarterback whose career has oscillated between flashes of brilliance and moments of uncertainty, has reportedly inked a 3-year deal with the New England Patriots, sending shockwaves throughout the NFL community. Insiders suggest that the move was not just a routine acquisition, but a calculated gamble by the Patriots front office, aiming to revitalize a team that has long been searching for a reliable signal caller after the departure of Tom Brady. Rumors swirling in the locker room indicate that Mayfield's arrival has already sparked debates among players, coaches, and analysts, as his aggressive playing style and headline-grabbing personality are expected to clash, or perhaps synergize, with the Patriots' traditionally disciplined approach. Sources close to the team hint that the coaching staff sees in Mayfield a dual opportunity, a chance to reinvigorate a fan base hungry for excitement, and to potentially leverage his mobility and improvisational skills in a system that has historically favored precision and structured play. Word from within the organization suggests that Mayfield's integration into team dynamics will be closely monitored, as the balance between his bold tendencies and the Patriots' methodical game plans could define the narrative for the coming seasons. Observers are already speculating that the move might reshape the AFC landscape, especially as rival teams begin to anticipate how Bill Belichick will adapt his legendary schematics to accommodate a quarterback with such a distinctive and unpredictable style. The anticipation surrounding Mayfield's arrival in New England is not merely a matter of on-field performance. It is also fueling an off-field frenzy among media outlets and fan communities alike, with social media chatter oscillating between hope, skepticism, and outright excitement. Some insiders whisper that the Patriots' decision was influenced as much by Mayfield's marketability and media presence as by his technical skills, suggesting that the team is preparing to re-establish itself as both a competitive force and a cultural phenomenon in the league. Rumors indicate that Mayfield's first interactions with teammates have been punctuated by playful banter and subtle power maneuvers, a typical prelude to the complex chemistry that often unfolds when a high-profile quarterback enters a storied franchise. Analysts speculate that his presence could catalyze a domino effect, prompting positional battles, shifts in play-calling responsibilities, and even potential roster changes as coaches seek to optimize the blend of experience, agility, and temperament. Early reports from practice sessions hint at a mix of awe and apprehension among the offensive line, as players reportedly try to adapt to Mayfield's rapid decision-making and unconventional strategies. Meanwhile, fans have been eagerly dissecting every snippet of information, from his social media activity to casual locker room observations, fueling a narrative that the Patriots may be on the verge of a dramatic reinvention. The rumor mill, buzzing with speculation, implies that the team's identity could pivot significantly, depending on how Mayfield's unique skill set meshes with the legacy of one of football's most methodical organizations. Whispers from sources close to the Patriots front office suggest that Mayfield's signing was part of a broader strategic maneuver, intended not only to address immediate quarterback needs, but also to lay the groundwork for future roster and draft decisions. According to unconfirmed reports, conversations behind closed doors have already touched upon potential schemes to capitalize on Mayfield's improvisational talent, blending his unpredictability with the structured framework that Bill Belichick has honed over decades. Speculation indicates that coaches are exploring hybrid formations and situational adjustments designed to maximize the quarterback's strengths while mitigating the risks associated with his aggressive playing style, suggesting a level of tactical experimentation that could redefine traditional Patriots offense. Meanwhile, industry insiders hint that Mayfield's charisma and high-profile persona are seen as valuable assets in terms of fan engagement, media coverage, and sponsorship opportunities, signaling a multidimensional approach to the acquisition that extends far beyond mere athletic performance. Early whispers from locker room observers suggest that Mayfield's integration into team culture has been accompanied by subtle power plays, light-hearted rivalries, and informal leadership tests as veteran players gauge his temperament, resilience, and adaptability. Rumors also suggest that rival teams are closely monitoring the Patriots' off-season moves, anticipating potential weaknesses and strengths in Mayfield's style, and attempting to project the ripple effects his presence may have across the AFC. The combination of athletic prowess, media attention, and internal dynamics is fueling speculation that this could mark one of the most intriguing chapters in New England's recent football history, with every practice, press conference, and preseason games scrutinized for hints of the quarterback's true impact. Inside sources claim that Mayfield's approach to preparation, which blends meticulous film study with instinctive decision-making, has already begun to influence training camp discussions and practice routines as teammates adjust to his rhythm, tempo, and leadership style. Rumors abound that certain players have privately expressed both admiration and frustration, acknowledging his ability to make spectacular plays while also challenging conventional game plans and established hierarchies. Speculative chatter suggests that offensive coordinators are experimenting with creative play-calling structures designed to leverage Mayfield's mobility and quick reads while maintaining the Patriots' trademark emphasis on precision and execution. Meanwhile, fan communities online have erupted with speculative narratives, ranging from expectations of a championship resurgence to more skeptical assessments of whether Mayfield can truly thrive within a system that has historically rewarded consistency over flair. Observers note that Mayfield's social persona and candid interviews have added fuel to the rumor mill, providing endless material for sports commentators, podcast hosts, and analysts to dissect, analyze, and debate. Additionally, whispers from the league suggest that New England may be positioning Mayfield not merely as a starter, but as a central figure in a long-term strategy aimed at redefining the team's offensive identity. As preseason approaches, the storylines continue to evolve, and speculation intensifies regarding how the Patriots will balance risk and reward, discipline and improvisation, in order to maximize both Mayfield's potential and the team's enduring legacy. In this climate of anticipation, each interaction, practice play, and media appearance contributes to a growing narrative that is as much about spectacle and intrigue as it is about football strategy and performance metrics. Rumors also suggest that Mayfield's arrival could spark a shift in the Patriots' cultural identity, blending the traditional stoicism and strategic rigor of the franchise with a more dynamic, unpredictable energy reflective of his own playing style and personality. Speculative accounts indicate that even minor decisions in practice, such as audibles, tempo changes, and situational reads, are being closely observed by both coaching staff and teammates, as subtle adjustments could foreshadow broader strategic transformations. Meanwhile, the media frenzy surrounding the signing is reportedly influencing the team environment, with heightened attention and constant scrutiny providing both motivation and pressure for Mayfield to quickly validate the organization's confidence in him. Observers speculate that his engagement with fans and the broader football community may further amplify expectations, creating a dynamic in which narrative, performance, and perception are inseparably intertwined. According to sources familiar with internal discussions, the Patriots are exploring nuanced approaches to integrate Mayfield's leadership style, ensuring that his presence enhances team cohesion rather than disrupts it, while simultaneously preparing contingencies for potential high-risk, high-reward scenarios on the field. Rumors also suggest that rival franchises are monitoring these developments with keen interest, anticipating how Mayfield's influence might recalibrate competitive dynamics within the AFC and beyond. The confluence of strategy, personality, and expectation surrounding Baker Mayfield's signing hints at a season poised for intrigue, uncertainty, and headline-grabbing moments, all while the Patriots' story narrative continues to evolve in real time. Speculation continues to mount regarding the broader implications of Baker Mayfield's 3-year contract with the New England Patriots, as insiders hint at potential ripple effects that extend beyond immediate on-field performance to influence the franchise's long-term trajectory. Rumors suggest that front office strategists may be evaluating complementary acquisitions, targeted draft picks, and tactical innovations specifically designed to exploit Mayfield's strengths while mitigating vulnerabilities associated with his aggressive and sometimes erratic style. Analysts speculate that the quarterback's influence could reshape positional hierarchies, redefine leadership dynamics, and prompt nuanced adjustments to team culture, particularly in a franchise where discipline and structure have historically been paramount. Meanwhile, industry chatter emphasizes Mayfield's off-field impact, with social media engagement, media interviews, and public appearances amplifying both fan enthusiasm and media scrutiny, creating a multi-layered narrative that blends athletic potential with cultural resonance. Insider whispers suggest that team practices, film sessions, and even locker room interactions are under unprecedented observation, with each move scrutinized for hints of chemistry, cohesion, and emergent leadership qualities. Furthermore, rival franchises are rumored to be closely analyzing every available data point, attempting to forecast how Mayfield's presence could disrupt defensive schemes, alter strategic assumptions, and impact AFC standings. This swirling vortex of speculation, expectation, and intrigue positions Baker Mayfield not merely as a new quarterback for the Patriots, but as a catalyst for potential transformation, both in how the team operates internally and how it is perceived externally, making the 2025 season a focal point of NFL rumor mills and fan anticipation alike. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our New England Patriots, be sure to subscribe to Patriots Hub and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.